Hello friends, and welcome back to my crafty space where I share my memory keeping projects and processes with all of you. If this is your first time here, hello, welcome. My name is Krystal and I am super duper excited that you are here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below so you can see all of my future crafty videos, and any of the products or the links that I mention I will go ahead and put in that description box down below. So today I am working on Project Life week 14, and I pulled out my Allie Edwards story kit, the Friends story kit, to use as a lens for telling the stories this week. So a lot of the products and the cards I have pulled aside for projects that I plan to make in the coming weeks. So what I'm using today is anything that's left over that I don't have a plan for already. So I have a couple of filler cards that I will be using, and then this one that I created digitally for a tutorial that will be coming in a couple of weeks. So this one I'm going to use with my other products this week. And then I've got a couple of 4x6 journaling cards and a couple of 3x4 journaling cards where I already have put my journaling onto the cards. If you're interested in knowing how I print journaling on my physical cards, I do have a tutorial for that, and I will link that up at the eye for you just in case you are curious how I do that. In addition to that, I've got my photos, and so today we are just going to do the finishing touches. We're going to embellish, put the rest of this project together, and then that will be that. So I'm going to put you guys on fast forward and voice over the rest of this process. Then when I'm done with the spread for today, we will slow you guys back down and close out for the day. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we're going to jump right into this process by just starting on the left-hand side of the spread. Now I printed off 4 pictures, and then I have 4 of the journaling cards. I am going to first pick out the chipboard stickers and some of the textured embellishments. So I have a couple of the fabric embellishments left to use, and a couple of the pleather embellishments as well. And I just wanted to see if I could figure out a way to get as many of them on this page as possible without making it look like too cluttered. So I decided to put the one that looks kind of like a label up on that celebrating friendship card, and I had the idea that I could probably find a way to add my date stamping to it, just to give that a home. And then one of my favorite embellishments from this entire kit was that like square one that it's kind of like a diamond square that has the florals on it. So I knew I wanted to get that one on here. And also it was totally serendipitous, but from those little tiny acetate words that came in the kit, there was like, like best and love and friends, and there were just a couple of a few different words that came. The ones that I have left to use, and I didn't have a plan to use them on anything, were the words girl and boy. So it was perfect, and they like fit perfectly above the kid's head on the picture of them swinging. So I've got girl right above Izzy, and I've got boy right above Jonah, and it's just kind of fun, and it worked out really nicely. Then once I've got all of the major embellishments figured out, the next thing I did was to pull over my smaller chipboard hearts and to just kind of sprinkle them around this page. I really, really like those embellishments that came in this kit. Like they've been really fun to work with, and I've almost used them all up, which is super crazy because there was a lot that they came with. So now I have pulled over the story stamp from the Friends kit, and I am going to pick out a couple of different sentiments. So I wanted most of these pictures, if not all of them, to have something on them. I did end up pulling out one extra stamp set. It is the design story stamp. And I just pulled the word love, and I want to put that on the picture of Aaron. So I guess I can actually, before I talk to you about the week, let me talk to you about this thing. So this little guy is a Xyron. I want to call it a machine. It's not a machine. It's just a Xyron. But what it does is it applies adhesive to the back of whatever you put into it, which is really awesome for these acetate pieces. And it's also really cool for like vellum or things that you can see through, because it applies an equal amount of adhesive on the back. So once it's all stuck down, you can't really tell that there is adhesive behind it. So it worked out perfect for adding some kind of stickiness to the back of those acetate words to put them on the page, because I didn't want to have to staple them. The words are already so small that I just didn't want to staple them. So this week that I'm documenting was, I think it was the 3rd week of staying home for us. I'm pretty sure it was the 3rd. So at this point, things have started to become routine and almost a little bit mundane. So I don't have like a ton of pictures in here, but I do still have some. So like the one up at the top that is Isabella sleeping on the carpet in her room. She has a period of time every day where she goes in her room. We give her an iPad and she's got like YouTube Kids or ABC Mouse, and she's in there for an hour. So like there's a timer on it, and when the timer is up, she knows she can come out. And this is to give myself and Aaron a chance to just like have some quiet in the house. Jonah goes down for a nap, and it's just like a breather. So I went up after her time was over and she didn't come down into the basement with us. So I went up in her room, and when I walked in, she was passed out on the floor, and her entire room was picked up. Like she had made her bed and she had reorganized all her toys and set everything up, and it was so cute. So I snapped a picture of her sleeping and knew that I wanted to include that in the week's photos. Then I've also got a picture that you can see there of Aaron. Now, you guys, let's talk about this fro. So before self-quarantine, Aaron decided that he wanted to try growing his hair out. And he has like really coarse, fluffy hair. Like it grows up, it doesn't grow down. So he was starting to get tired of it, and we had talked about, whether or not he should get his hair cut, and I just told him, you do you, man. And so he was going to get his hair cut, and then everything shut down. So now he is forced to grow his hair out, and it is out of control. It is ridiculous. And we were laughing one day because it literally, like, he was standing at the top of the stairs and I was looking up at him, and he looked like he was from, I don't know, like the 70s, or I think it was the 70s. That's when, or maybe it was the 60s. I forget when like fros were a thing. But I mean, seriously, all he needed was like bell-bottom jeans and some kind of like polyester shirt, and that was it. So I told him that he should go get a comb and put it in his hair, because that was like a thing. And so he did. And so I took this picture of him with the comb in his hair, and we got a kick out of it. And he's probably going to be super embarrassed when he knows that I included it in this week's Project Life and just told you guys about his ridiculous fro. But you guys, it was just worth it. It's so worth documenting, because that's funny. Like, we're going to look back on that years from now and our kids are going to die laughing over his hair. So worth it. Anyway, that's that picture. So yeah, a lot of the pictures this week are just things that are not as big, right? Like we've covered a lot of the big things over the course of the last few weeks. I actually don't put anything in here on this spread about like coronavirus numbers or anything like that. It's literally just like random pictures of us. So like I had the picture of the kids playing on the playset, and I'm pretty sure I have a picture of the kids playing on the playset like every week lately, because that is pretty much what our life is. And then I have the picture of Dibs sitting on my lap and the card that says forever friends. I love this friendship. I typed out journaling about Mr. Dibs and like what his day looks like, because I don't know, it's just a fun angle to take. So I talked about how like he enjoys his quiet time as well, and I think it's throwing him off his game having us all home all the time. And I feel like he finally has a rhythm for himself where he goes up into our room for a portion of the day and then comes and hangs out with us for a portion of the day. And like, he's finally got it down, but he was thrown off for the first couple weeks. Like, I mean, we all were, but it was funny to notice that in him as well. So I journaled all about like what his day would be. So now we are working on this second page over here. A lot of these pictures are from the weekend. So I have the picture of Jonah sitting on my front porch right by the like mat, the house mat that leads into our house. And it's funny because the mat itself says home, and he was sitting right by it, and I just took a snapshot down of him. He was coloring on my porch, which, you know, whatever, I don't care. It's fun for them. It's fun for me. So we have the chalk out and we're coloring on things, and he was just being cute. And so I snapped a picture of him there. Then I've got the picture of Izzy and Jonah on our sidewalk. So we've been outside riding bikes a lot lately. Izzy can actually ride her bike by herself. It's got training wheels on it, but she can ride it by herself. Like, I don't really have to push her. I don't have to like run after her and stop her. Like, she's in pretty good control of herself on the bike, which is super awesome, because now Jonah has Izzy's old like baby tricycle. It's a giraffe tricycle, and I have to pay attention to him. So it's really nice that she's got a little bit of independence on her bike, because, you know, I have to help him. I need to put some kind of like rope around the giraffe so I can just pull it from a rope, because right now I have to break my back basically and bend over and push him, but it's okay. We all have so much fun. So I got this picture of him like walking next to her while she's biking, and I just thought it was so cute and sweet. Like he always, I mean, I wouldn't say he always wants to be by her, but most of the time he does. Like, he's very interested in what Izzy's doing. He wants to do it too. It's just really cute. I like seeing their bond grow. And these weeks at home, it's really given them a chance to grow a stronger bond together, because generally Izzy goes to preschool and Jonah is either with me or with our family friend who nannies for me a couple days a week. So this has just given them a lot of time together, which is pretty cool. And I did journal about that on the card that's like next to them. Then I also talked about how awesome it is when we get to the weekends and Aaron doesn't have to work all day and he can watch the kids and give me a break from the kids for a little bit. So I talked about that as well. And I love how Aaron will play with the kids and like do their arts and crafts stuff. It's just so cute to see him do that with them. And then the very last picture on here, which is my sister on my iPad, we did like a Zoom call and crafted with each other for a couple of hours, and that was so fun. And so I journaled about how even though times are weird, that it's so nice, and I'm so grateful for technology that gives us the opportunity to still see each other and spend time with each other. So just, yeah, so grateful for it. So yeah, that is essentially the pictures from this week and the stories from this week. The only other thing I've been doing, as you guys have been watching, is literally just putting stickers on these pages and putting some stamps on there. I did stamp the word friendship on this matte sticker paper, white matte sticker paper. I will fussy cut it out and then put it down onto the floral part of that card. I decided to fussy cut it so I could have a little bit of that white outline around it. which helps the word to pop off of the card there. Otherwise, you would have never seen that stamp. So then I made sure, since the left side of this page had a bunch of hearts and the phrase stickers, I made sure to also add them onto the right side as well. And once I get the rest of these little embellishments stuck on here, I will pull over the entire spread just to look at it as a whole. That's something I always do before I put everything away, just like this. It helps me make sure that everything is balanced. So some of the things I'm going to look for on here will be, how many tiny phrase stickers do I have? Do I have the same number on the right side as the left side? How many puffy heart stickers do I have? How many of the pleather embellishments or the fabric embellishments? Just trying to make sure that they are spread out throughout the spread and not just like clumped in one area. So one thing I'll notice is that I only have 2 puffy heart stickers. So I've got the one on the floral card, and then I have the one on that journaling card that I was just fussing with. So I will pick out a third one to put on this celebrating friendship card. When I am working with embellishments, I try to do things in groupings of 3. So like 3 puffy heart stickers, 3 fabric stickers, and so on and so on. It's not always possible to do that. And so sometimes I'm okay with that too. I'm okay with breaking my own rules sometimes. Anyway, I'm going to get these last couple of things glued down on the page, and then we'll go ahead and slow you guys back down so we can close out of this video. All right, you guys, so that's going to do it for this spread today. I super love how this one came out. Love the colors of this kit, the blue and the yellow and the corals all together, just some of my favorite color combinations. I hope that you guys feel inspired to use your story kits as jumping off points for recording your project life spreads. Let me know down below if that's something that you guys do. Do you use your story kits, or is that something that you struggle with when it comes to weekly or monthly documenting? All right, so let me know if you guys have any questions, and I guess until next time, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks so much for hanging out while I put this spread together. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye now.